just the other night in a video game live stream, I was talking about some of the foundations of this channel, which is to discuss and discover. And I would be a hypocrite if I did not discuss this so some of you can discover it. As far as I know, it's new. Maybe in the Star Wars fandom, it's all over the place and it's a hot topic and this, that, and the third, but not with me. Ever since The Last Jedi, I have completely turned my back on the Star Wars franchise. It's just not going in a direction that I think is good at all. I think it's absolute hot garbage. So I just simply walked away. Not throwing a fist, hissy fit, or in my eyes, it's so bad, nothing they can do can fix it. So I'm just simply done. But this auto-played on YouTube, which is a great feature because sometimes you get some really weird shit and sometimes you get some cool stuff. This is called A Birth of a Monster. Let me make sure. Birth of a Monster, a Star Wars story. It is done by a film production company. I would imagine this is kind of like a something for their portfolio so they can show clients what they're capable of. I would imagine it's also part of a passion project because of everything that went into this. They could have picked anything, but they picked Star Wars. Obviously, Star Wars, there's a lot of fans. It can go viral. It can get a lot of eyes. So that probably had something to do with it. But by the end of it, and I'm not going to spoil it here, I will put the link to this in the video description and in the comment. I'll pin it to the very first comment. By the end, the way it wraps up, I was like, you know what? Hell yes, because it connects with the original trilogy in a really neat way. And I started noticing some things. All this just, there's just stuff that, that kind of reminds me of the original trilogy. And you'll see what I mean when you finish it. And it's pretty friggin' rad. I would imagine this is a C-3PO costume that's modified to look like a different droid. No, this isn't Anakin. This isn't C-3PO. It's a different kid. It's a different droid. And it tells a different story that's not connected to the Skywalkers. But it is really cool, especially when it finishes. So if you are interested in Star Wars at all, even if you hate The Last Jedi, check this out. It is well worth the time. I don't have any information or any prior experience or knowledge or anything of the production company that made this, so I'm not really sure about their budget or who they got with them. So I can say that yes, there's some areas that are a bit weak when it comes to the acting, when it comes to the voice over. I think they dubbed the voice of this girl here, the Big Mama. Something there just wasn't right. You can pick up on it, but as far as a fan film, it's done really well. One of the best I've ever seen. It's done real well, but it has its weak moments. The child actor, he has a speaking moment towards the end that's a little bit rough, but you just got to get to the end and check it out because they do something really, really cool with it. I think Disney, in a way, really, I don't know, in a way I feel like they dropped the ball because they didn't buy this franchise out of passion. They didn't buy it out of passion to end the Skywalker story. No, they bought this to pump out product, to create profit. It's a business. It's a business deal. I think when it comes to Star Wars stories, they should utilize and capitalize off of the internet. You have so many fans out there that are not shutting up about what they want, what they like, what they would love to see. This has got to be the easiest time in filmmaking. Not only the technology, the accessibility, but the customers are literally screaming. You can take a team, maybe a 3-guy team. It's Disney, for crying out loud. Take 3 people who are willing to work for, I guarantee there's people out there, I don't know what it costs, to live in California and all that, but there's definitely people that you can pay the bare minimum and they'll scour the internet for videos, comments. Just go through all the comments, the messaging boards, the forums, get a feel for what the fans are saying, gather that intel, have a little think tank, and discuss it amongst yourself. Put your politics aside, because there's no way politics and shit just didn't get in the way of what we are getting on the screen. There's no way that doesn't, because we would not, and I'm sorry, but we would not have whoever the pink-haired general is that did not look at all like a general. We would never get her if it was actually done with real fans who knew what they were doing or knew what they were creating. It would be Admiral Akbar who would have had her. I think that is just factual at this point. You know what I'm saying? Someone that we know, someone that we've had a connection with in the past. Having a general that looked like she just got out of a fancy party makes absolutely no sense, especially when you look back at how everyone was dressed in the originals. It just looks fucking stupid. Like, how is everyone else going to identify you without some type of uniform on? She's in a dress. Are you serious? Anyway, that's besides the point. I think Disney could profit off of, like this, for example. They watch this and they're like, holy shit, you know what? Okay, fans are going nuts over this. This is good shit. Let's bring them in. Let's talk to the people. And maybe you can work out a deal to buy a first draft of a script. You know what I'm saying? And then you would own it. Maybe bring some of your guys in to polish it. Make sure to adjust it so it's written with the budget in mind. Whatever you need to do. Certain characters. And add that to one of your Star Wars stories that you would put on a streaming. Even if everything doesn't have to be big enough for a movie. And now, keep in mind, Disney, we are moving into, you don't need to focus on just movies or TV shows with seasons. You can put something on your streaming service just to keep consistent content there. You could take this and make it a 3-part, half an hour each part series and put it on your streaming service, 1 part a week, and have like 1 month where you celebrate this, this 3-part mini series coming out. Create even a neat name for them, But anyway, I think Disney would really benefit by utilizing what fans want that's out there. Now, maybe if there's some legality things, I'm not really sure. But the point is, this is worth a watch. Definitely go and watch this. And if you are interested in the company, the website, or I'm sorry, the YouTube channel is Alec Eskander. I don't know if that's legit or if he just re-uploaded it. It looks legit, but it was published on the 27th. So yeah, it was just uploaded today. It's brand new, and it is from this company, Escape Velocity Content. The About page says Escape Velocity Content is a full-service film, commercial, digital, and awesome content production company based in Southern California. Our roster of extremely talented and visionary directors have the ability to take a project from start to finish in all aspects of creative execution. EVC takes pride in providing the highest level of modern filmmaking and digital content creation. Further, it is always Escape Velocity's goal to go beyond the client and viewer's visual and narrative expectations. So, here's a little image of the robot used in the short there. But that is the company here. I'm going to definitely look into this production company a little more, but here's one of the posters they made up for it. The Birth of a Monster. Definitely worth a watch. You guys go ahead and check this out and let me know what you think about this for sure. And you let me know, in your opinion, where do you feel the Star Wars franchise is at currently? Do you feel like it's at a stable spot and they're doing great and they just need to say, everyone else is a hater who's not into it and da-da-da-da? Do you feel like there is room for them to improve? Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. Obviously, let me know what you think about this fan film right here. I personally friggin' love it, or else I wouldn't be recommending it. But also, let me know, in your opinion, side note, is it too late in your eyes for Star Wars, or maybe Luke Skywalker's story or the Skywalkers themselves? Is it too late for you, or is there hope that they can fix it with the coming Episode 9? That's something I am curious about, because I see a lot of Star Wars fans really holding on, and they want improvements. They get labeled just absolute haters, but they want improvements. But me personally, I'm kind of curious who out there loved Star Wars as far as the movies, but once it came to The Last Jedi, they're just done. Just completely done. That's one thing I'm really curious about. So put your thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. We won't be able to do a live stream video game tonight, but I'm hoping I'll be back with one of those tomorrow. So thoughts and opinions in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.